Hello everyone, welcome guys. So in this lecture we are going to configure default routing on the Cisco routers. Alright, so basically default routing means sending all the packets designed for the network, okay, that is not on the routing table of the router. Alright, so if any packet that comes from the router's interface, alright, but the destination network is not on the routing table of the router, then a router will forward those packets to the next hop address or via its exit interface. Alright, so the command is really simple for default routing. Okay, we'll see. So today's our lab task is to create a default route on router 0 and 1, router 0 and router 1, okay, to reach the network 192.168.3.0 and 4.0, that is 3.0 and 4.0 network. Alright, so our second task is to create a default route on router 3 and router 4, that is router 3 and router 4, to reach the network 1.0, that is 1.0, this network, alright, and 2.0, that is this network. Alright, so at first let us configure the IP address on the router's interface. Okay, so this is our 192.168.1.0 network. Okay, so this is our 192.168.2.0 network, and this is our 192.168.3.0 network. Okay, so simply let us assign IP address on the router interface. So click on router, CLI, enter, enable, configure terminal, interface, fast Ethernet 0/0, IP address, that is 192.168.1.1/24 subnet, that is 255.255.255.0, that is class C address, and then when you write by default our port is shut down, so we have to assert it, okay, and exit. We're done with this interface, so let's configure IP address on this interface. So CLI enable configure terminal, alright, IP interface fast Ethernet 0/0, IP address of the interface, that is 192.168.1.2.255.255.255.0, that is /24 subnet, and then no set. Okay, green light blinks up. Alright, so similarly let's configure the IP address on this interface also, that is fast Ethernet 0/1, so interface fast Ethernet 0/1, IP address of interface, that is 192.168.2.1, okay, 255.255.255.0, and then no shutdown. Alright, exit. So click on this router, router 2, go on CLI, enable configure terminal, configure terminal interface, that is, this is our fast Ethernet 0/0 only. You can see the pointer, right? Okay. Interface fast and 0/0, IP address 192.168.2.2.55.255.255.0. I think you all know how to configure the IP address. Alright, it's really simple, and then no shutdown. configure the IP address on this serial interface also, okay, in these two interface. Alright, so interface type serial and then serial interface port number, that is 1/0, okay. IP address, that is 192.168.3.1, I guess 3.1, okay. 255.255.255.0, and then no shutdown. So similarly, assign the IP address on this serial interface, that is 1/1. So interface serial 1/1 IP address of the interface 168.4.1. Alright, it is 4.1. I think I have made mistake over here. It is 4.1. Okay. 255.255.255.0. No shutdown. Alright. Let us see. Enable configure let's go on router 4. Okay. Enable configure terminal. IP address of interface. Sorry. Wow. Interface serial 1/1. IP address of interface, that is 192.168.4.2. Separate mask, and then simply no shutdown. Alright, so line protocol is up. Okay, we are done with the IP address. Okay, so let's quickly configure the default route on router 0 and router 1. Okay, so at first let me see the routing table of router first. To show IP route. Okay, it only contains the 1.0 network that is directly connected to its interface. Alright, so let's see the routing table of this router. It will contain two routes, two network on its routing table. Okay, 1.0 and 2.0, that is 1.0 and 2.0, 1.0 and 2.0. So similarly this router will contain three network. It is this and this, because this is directly connected to this router. Okay, so you all know that. So let's quickly configure routing. It's default route. Okay, so I'm going to router 0 at first, and simply I'll type the command IP route. It's similar to static routing. Okay, just the command is similar, just we have to make a change on network, that is IP route. On static routing we were doing IP route. Suppose if any packet comes to this network, then we were giving the command IP route something like 192.168.3.2. okay, destination network address, and then its subnet mask, and then its next hop. But in case of default route, we are not doing so. We are giving IP route 0.0.0.0. Any network that comes to me, okay, that is not on my routing table, I with any subnet mask that is 0.0.0.0, okay, I will send those packets to this hop, that is next hop address 192.168.1.2, that is this hop. All right, that is this is the hop address, this is the next hop for this router. Okay, so IP route, destination network address, and the subnet mask. Okay, any network address with any subnet mask, okay, that comes under 0.0.0.0.0. It simply covers all the things. Okay, all the IP address, all the IPv4 packets with the subnet mask, and this is called next hop address. All right, so simply hit enter. Okay, we're done with this router. Okay, we have configured the default route on this router. So quickly check the default IP routing table of this router. Okay, you know the command show IP route. See, you'll see S with this asterisk sign. This means that this is the default route, static default routing. Okay, you have configured static default routing. Okay, so this one simply indicates that this is the administrative distance, this is the AD value. Always remember that for default routing, for static default routing, the AD will be 1. All right, so let's go on router 2. IP route, any network address 0.0.0.0 that is not on my routing table, any subnet mask 0.0.0.0. I'll send those packets to next hop address, that is 192.168.2.2. Okay, 2.2i, this network address. Okay, hit enter. So IP route. Alright, this is our static default routing. Okay, so we have configured default route on router 0 and router 1. So let's quickly configure default route on router 3 and router 4 also. Alright, so go on router 3. Okay, so if you want to check routing table of this router, you can simply check it by so IP route. Okay, it only contains the one network that is directly connected to it. So let's configure the default route. So IP route 0.0.0.0.0.0.0. Okay, subnet mask and the next hop address, that is, so tell me the next hop address, that is 192.168.3.1. Okay, so 3.1 is this. If any packet that is generated on this network, if this packet want to go on this network, so of course the path will be, at first this packet will come to this router, and via this router it will go to this and then this. Okay, hit enter and then exit. So on router 4 also type the same command, that is IP route 0.0.0.0.0 and then next hop address or exit interface, but I am using next hop address, that is 192.168.4. Okay, hit enter and then exit. So we're done with the default routing. So let's check our connectivity by pinging router 2 from router 0. So router 2 from router 0. So we are on router 0. Let's ping the router Alright, so sorry, ping, we are pinging router 0. Okay, where is router 0? We are on router 0, so let's ping router 2 or any router. Okay, so I'm going to ping router 2, that is what is the IP address of this router, 192.168.2.2. First I'm going to ping this IP address, okay, of router 2. Ping 192.168.2.2. Okay, we are getting problem. Success rate is 0%. I think there might be some mistake, so let's see where we had made mistake. Okay, let's see that IP. Let's troubleshoot the problem. Alright, so IP route 000 via 1.2, 0.000 via 1.2. Alright, let's see the IP address of this routing table of this router. So IP route via 2.2, via 2.2. Alright, 192.168.1.1. Okay, so let's troubleshoot the problem. Right, so this router is not able to ping this router. Okay, so we are pinging this interface. Okay, this IP address of the router. It is not giving back the reply. I think this router knows how to forward the packet to this router, but does this router knows where to send the packet back to this network? Okay, let's see, does this router knows the route how to reach 1.0 network? Simply, does this router possess network address that is 192.168.1.0? So let's quickly check. That is, this router does not know about the network 1.0. That is, this router does not contain the network address on this routing table. It only knows the routing table of 2.0, 3.0, 4.0. Okay, it does not know the network address. It does not know about the network 1.0. It does not know about 1.0 network. So this ping was unsuccessful. Alright, that is, the request was coming to this router, but this router does not know about this network, so it was not giving any reply. Okay, that was the problem, okay, that we have faced. So let's quickly solve this problem by configuring default route on this router also. Alright, so configure terminal IP route 0.0.0 to this interface, that is 192.168.2.1. Alright, so let's again ping hope it will be successful this time. See, the success rate is 100%. We are able to ping. Okay, so that's the problem that we were facing. Okay, we had troubleshoot the problem. So from here, let's ping this network 1.0 network 192.168.1. See, success rate is 100%. Okay, so we have done troubleshooting also in this example. So it's really simple how to configure default routing. Alright, so I hope you understood how to configure the default routing. Okay, and we have test connectivity by pinging also, and we have troubleshoot the problem on this scenario. So thank you so much for watching. If you really like my video, please do like, comment and subscribe. See you soon on next video. Thank you so much.